Start of day 108. I am back on trail. I stayed at the South Berkshire Community Center, something like that, where they allow through hikers to stay free. They have kind of a field and a pavilion, and I pitched my hammock in the pavilion last night. I didn't get any pictures. This morning I decided to hitch back on trail. It's now 8:11. I think I tried for about 20-30 minutes, and while I was walking south on the road, and I got picked up by a hiker. Believe it or not, he's going, he through hiked a couple of years ago, and he missed a section, and because his wife was in an accident. And so he and his wife picked me up and went out of their way to drop me just where I needed to be. It is, there are a lot of good people out there, a lot of kind people. And so I'm back on trail. The goal today is 10 or 12. 10 to a shelter, 12 to water. The start of the day is a climb up. At some point, I think I have to do some road walking, and I'll take one. Somebody has left walking sticks for people to take. It's going to be a hot one today, so I really wanted to get out early. This is not too bad for having to get a hitch back to trail. The trail today looks like there's a lot of undulating up and down. Well, first there's this flat section, a little bit of a road walk, and then there is a climb 600-700 feet. It looks, I'm not going to say what it looks like because I have no idea anymore. Gonna climb up and then kind of walk along a ridge. It looks like probably at some point go down a little bit to get to water. So the shelter would be is it South Berkshire? I don't know. I don't remember. So if I can get up this climb before it gets too hot, that would be great. So that's my plan. Had a reasonably good night last night. It was, I've met a lot of through hikers at the community center last night. Can't remember all their names. Jukebox, TBD, yeah. It was, put me in a rubbing shoulders with people that are not my normal group of people. A lot of them were younger, and but it was good. The thing about the trail is everybody is friendly and everybody is helpful, and they were helpful and get me oriented to the center and what was available. And then I think I said this in my wrap up, got a meal at the community center. So anyway, we'll see what today brings. It's supposed to be like upper 80s today, which is pretty hot. So there is some open walking, I think, on this section today, and I kind of wanted to get the open walking out of the way before it got so hot. The sun was really hot yesterday too. So we'll see how it goes. It's been very dry here in Massachusetts, and so water is a big deal. A lot of water sources have dried up, and so the app that I use called Far Out is very good because people comment on water sources, and if they go by and it's dry, they'll say it's dry, and if it's running good, they'll say it's running good. And you look for a recent comment to see when you're making your plans if the water is good. So I've already checked. I don't have any water for the next 6.5 miles. So I've packed out 2 liters, and hiking when it's cool really helps. I tried to drink about a half a liter this morning with breakfast to get some water in my system, and that's kind of the way it goes. I'm gonna 2 liters is good for 6.5 miles. Really a liter to 4 or 5 miles is probably all right. I'm gonna mix 1 liter with electrolytes and put a little bit of my energy juice in it, and the other liter I'll leave plain. So thanks for coming along on the ride. It is a beautiful day. Right now I'm walking by a cornfield. The things you see on the Appalachian Trail. We're going to follow this a little bit. We're going to hit a road, have to cross the Housatonic River, which is now on my left. We need to go across a bridge on the road, and then we'll duck back in the woods. And I must be one of the first hikers through the trail this morning on this section, because the grass is still all wet, and it's making my shoes wet and my socks. But they'll dry out today, so it's not a biggie. It's not a biggie. So I'm most of the way up my climb for today. My big climb for today. There'll be more climbs. It's 10:30. It's the second break I'm taking. I'm taking in some calories. Try to put in 250, 300 calories per hour while I'm hiking. That's about what it takes to power you. And so the temperature is 85 by now. Start off at like 67, so it's getting hot and sweaty. Been good hiking so far. I can tell my legs have had a workout the last couple of days, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So I'm gonna get up and over this climb here, which there isn't too much. I don't know if you can tell by looking out there, but isn't too much. And then I have a bunch of ups and downs for a while. My goal is to make it to the Tom Leonard shelter by noon, take a noon break there, filter some water to head into the second leg of my journey. I'd love to make 12 today, 12 or 13, which seems doable. I think there's a shelter at 10, and then some a campsite at 13, and maybe a stream or something at 12. So depending on what the terrain is, that's kind of what I hope to get done today. So I will see you on down the trail. Here is the view from the overlook. It's not quite at the top, it's down from it, this big set of rocks here, but it's very stunning. So don't know where we go from here other than we just keep following the white blazes, but it's a pretty day. Some of the haze is cleared. It's still a little hazy, but some of the haze is cleared. So I think this is from, I have to check my map, but I think this is Mount Wilcox in Massachusetts. Stopped here at the Tom Leonard shelter for lunch. Took a little rest. I don't know if I slept or not. A whole mess of thru hikers piled in here doing the same thing, and it's quite a gaggle of people. Feeling decidedly antisocial today, I guess. Anyway, I've eaten a little lunch, and I've hydrated and had some electrolytes. I'm headed off. There's some good water here coming up, not too short. My next goal is my first stopping point option would be South Wilcox Shelter, and so I'm going to head out for that. That's 5.5 miles, I think. So I'm going to get on the trail. The great thing is this is the hottest part of the day. Looks like what happens is that from here we go up a little bit and then go down, 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 and then there's a fairly decent climb up to the South Wilcox Shelter. My guide says between here and there it's a 1,600 foot elevation gain. That's pretty stout, so I had probably 1,200 already today, so that may be my stopping point. I'm not putting in the miles some of these folks are, but hopefully slow and steady wins the race. So I better get after it. So I'll keep taking you along with me. I can show you the shelter here a little bit, but shelters all start to look alike. One of the cool things today is there's a little hike down to water here, and somebody was going down to fill water and offered to take my bag down along with several other people's bag, and so I didn't have to do a gnarly hike to go get water, which is awesome. And so, yeah, every favor is appreciated. I've also made a resolution that I'm going to get rid of some stuff in my pack that I've been carrying that are extras. The water bag that I have has just sprung a pinhole leak, and I've been carrying a second one because I was worried that that was happening. And so there's really no point in carrying a water bag that is a little bit compromised. I've still been filtering water with it. You just have to baby it a little bit. But why carry the 3 or 4 ounces? And I have a few other things like that that are just 3 or 4 ounces that I'm carrying. And you know, if you take 5 3 or 4 ounce things and you pitch them, you lose a pound. And that'd be awesome to be rid of a couple of pounds. So gonna see what I can do to lighten this thing up as well as eat food, because food's the heaviest thing in here. But on these climbs, boy, every extra pound makes you pay. So I'll keep taking you with me. Okay, let me get you caught up on the day. As the day progressed, I was planning to go to the South Wilcox Shelter and carry water from a water source before the shelter, which a couple of days ago someone said there was water there. And the water source at the South Wilcox Shelter is dried up, and so was the one before it. So I'm not going to that shelter because there's no water. I talked to a couple of southbounders a little bit ago, and they said there is water several places between that shelter and the North Wilcox Shelter, which is 1.8 miles in between them. And so basically I'm hiking to water. In Massachusetts, you're supposed to camp in designated camping spots, but if I found water, I'm camping. The absolute worst case scenario is I know there is water about 3 or 4 tents beyond the North Wilcox Shelter. So I've been hiking here for 15-20 minutes, so I'm probably not halfway there. So I just need to hike till I get some water, or I need to decide. I've got almost a liter with me, and if I ate snacks and bars for supper and didn't drink too much and did the same for breakfast, I can make it and hike to water. So I've got a couple of options. We're going to see which one pays out. I'm heading downhill now from the first shelter. Well, I hiked above the first shelter and along the top of the ridge, and now we're hiking down. You never find water up on top, well, at least almost never. So I'm going to see what I find here, and I'll take you along with me. Hopefully we find some water down here, and I can go off in the woods and pitch my hammock, and everything will be good. Well, I was able to find a little trickle of water here going across the trail, maybe another mile up the trail from that shelter. Took me a good long time to fill a 2-liter bag. I have about a liter of water, so 3 liters should get me through the night. A liter for supper, a liter for breakfast, and then a liter to go. And if I have to, I can go. This little stream is just down the way, and I kind of made a little dam in it. It's got a clear flowing trickle, and what'll happen with the dam is it'll fill up, and then the dirt will settle out that I put in there, and the next time I go to fill, it won't be so hard. So I'm going to set about doing what I got to do tonight, which is make supper and and rest my weary bones. So anyway, that probably brings the day's total to about 12 miles. I don't know how much elevation gain. My guess is it's 2,300 or something. It was a fair amount, and so it is what it is. The mosquitoes are really bad today. I've been eating up. I've just been too stubborn to stop and put on bug spray. I probably need to do. I don't want to do that tonight before I get in bed, then it gets all over my stuff. So I'm going to try to make supper by flipping my bug net over top of my head and kind of protecting most of me. Tonight's supper is a Nora rice side, chicken and broccoli, and a salmon packet. That's what I got. I might add an apple pie to it or something like that extra. I have plenty of snacks. I'm itchy. So it's been a little bit of a challenging day. So much uphill, then the trouble with water, and on the last climb up here, I broke a trekking pole. Just snapped it right in half. Must have just caught it the right way. I was able to reinsert it back into the tube and shorten both poles, and they still work, but they're probably about 6 inches short, but they'll work. I need trekking poles some kind of bad, especially in this uneven terrain. So got to think about what I'm going to do to solve that. I've got another pair at home that can be shipped here. Actually, I've got 2 pairs, and the pair I might get shipped here is aluminum, because aluminum doesn't break near as easily as carbon fiber, and I've had really good luck with these. I've abused them, but I caught them just right, and boy, it just snapped. So it is what it is. This is the end of day 108. Made some good miles on a hot day. I think it's supposed to be a little cooler tomorrow, and I'm going to get to doing my evening chores, making my supper. I might save filtering water till in the morning and just get my food done and eaten. That'll probably be about enough. It's 7 o'clock now. It gets dark at 8:20, something like that, and so we'll just see where we end up. Thanks for coming along with me on the ride. I am illegally camped just by the side of the trail near this water, and kind of on the side of a hill. It's a little gnarly, but I just didn't feel like walking on a long way. There may be another stream. There may be a better stream, but it is what it is.